You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you in a Let's Play episode of Dawn Chorus, Jorgen's Path. Yes, we're going back to the Bat Boy. Which part was he at? There we go. There we go. Alright, got it all loaded up. Alright guys, sit back and enjoy. Let me entertain you for the next 20 minutes and let's jump right into it, shall we? We're almost done with Dawn Chorus, actually, until the next updates at least. I don't know how much content there is for Klaus. If anybody in the comments can tell me how much content Klaus has, I'd love to know. Anyway, you were going to Ukiah to study? Those are words I never expected to hear from anybody. It's nice to have some nearby. We had maybe one in the whole state. Oh, by the way, Carvine, any luck with the key? I gulp loudly, swallowing a huge chunk of carrot and start coughing. I didn't tell most of them about the key yet, and I didn't really intend to. I don't really like to talk about my failures and misfortunes. Oh, no luck there yet, unfortunately. Maybe the janitor will find it eventually, and I'll keep my eyes open, too. Huh. What about your key, Carvine? Did you lose it somewhere? Yeah, after lunch it disappeared somewhere. Why? Did you by any chance find a key laying somewhere? No, unfortunately. Did they give you a spare one? No, they asked me to move to another room for today. That's not that bad, then. Good they have some spare rooms. No, they didn't have any. They asked me to move into someone else's room. Oh, and where are you staying? I don't know yet. Everyone goes silent for a moment. Hey, don't worry about it. I know I have some options, but I just didn't decide yet. The mood quickly brightens up, and the light-hearted conversations continue as everyone goes back to eating. Lake acts shy at first, overwhelmed by the amount of new people, but warms up to them quickly and amuses everyone with stories from the dormitory, like the one about his roommate boiling sausages in an electric kettle. Bjorn manages to snatch some extra pancakes that Jorgen and Coach didn't want, while Rune ends up eating most of the blueberries despite his earlier words. Miko stays silent for most of the dinner, but I make some effort to include him in the conversation too. Travis tells us a bit about Japan, Jorgen talks about a gallery in the nearest city that's apparently a must-see, and Devin tells us a bit about how life in the US looks like. It's really great to be here with everyone. It's a wonderful group of friends. Good with Lake and Jorgen. Yep. Anything that gets me closer to Bat Boy. So, what do you guys say? Of course I'm in. Count me in too. Yeah, good idea. Torulf noticed us when we were walking out of the cafeteria, and Lake asked him to join us. He was happy to tag along and suggested that we go hang out in the glazed section of the corridor near the terrace. When we arrived, it turned out that his plan was to talk us into playing Table PawBall together. Not that we needed much persuading. We need to split into teams. Any ideas? I want to be with Carvine, if that's okay with you. Team up with... Sure, that's fine. Oh, sure, I'd like that too. Okay, that's settled then. Good. I thought that would take much longer. We approach the table, me and Lake taking the red side, while Jorgen and Torulf take the blue one. Can I take the strikers? Sure, I'm better with the goalkeeper. Great, thank you, Carvine. Jorgen fetches the ball from their goal and looks at everyone else at the table. No spinning. I hope we are clear on that. No spinning. Excuse me, noted. Sure, so can we start? Jorgen serves the ball and it rolls over to the other team's midfield players. Torulf hits the ball skillfully, sending it straight into our goal. Ha! Did you see that? Whoa, Torulf, you're good. Okay, that was pretty anticlimactic. I'm not one to give up easily, but after a beginning like that, I can't help but feel a bit discouraged. I retrieve the ball and pass it to Lake, who serves the ball again straight to Torulf. The Tiger manages to shoot between our players, but this time I stop the ball with our defender. Not wanting to give Torulf any time to react, I shoot the ball straight ahead. Ding! It slipped between all the players and fell straight into the goal. Great job, Carvine! You're good at this! Ha! We'll see. He gives me a high five before we go back to playing. That was fun! Thanks for the game, guys! We lost the match with a 7-10 score. It's not so bad. I got a lot of luck, although I have to admit that Torulf is a beast. I can't help but feel a bit mad about it anyway. I really gave it my best, and we still lost. Lake was sulking for a few minutes after the match, but he came back to his usual energetic self after Torulf promised him a rematch. Now he's sitting next to me on the couch, my arm brushing against his occasionally, but he doesn't seem to notice, or at least doesn't mind. I can feel the heat radiating from his body. A sudden realization hits me. I don't think I've ever been this close to him before. A strange sensation fills me, something akin to a warm glow illuminating me from the inside. It's nice to just sit here together. I don't feel a need to say anything. It's getting late and the sun is already approaching the horizon, filling the room with a golden glow. Carvine? I turn towards him and see him observing me closely. You don't mind me being this close? What? Of course not. He smiles gently and moves even closer to me so that we're almost snuggled up together. We stay like that in silence for a while, just enjoying this evening, before everyone leaves for their rooms. I stay here for a bit longer, just enjoying this moment of peacefulness. Oh, I gotta save some of that for Jorgen. Okay, I'll go to the terrace with Lake. I'm in my room. What's up? Lake responded to my message almost instantly. I came here hoping to find someone, but since dinner it's been oddly quiet in the whole guest house. I just lazed around for a while before deciding to text Lake. And got any ideas on what to do? Down in the common space. Come over if you want. We'll think of something. Okay, this is better than sitting here alone for sure. I get up from the sofa, walking in the direction of Lake's room. Pretty boy. Hey, you got here fast. Come in, Jorgen is inside too, and I've invited Miko already. Ah, hello, painting. That I have to sometimes censor. Oh, I didn't think it would turn into a party. Hi there, Jorgen. Carvine. When I enter the room, Jorgen is sitting on his bed and tapping at his phone furiously. He gives me a quick glance before going back to writing. The orange-tinted afternoon light reflects in his thick glasses, partially obscuring his somewhat feminine face. Standing here, looking at him, I feel like he is really somewhere far away, and I might never reach him. Not until he would reach out to me and pull me in first. I definitely wouldn't call it a party. Besides, I thought about going out for a walk. It'd be nice to move a bit after dinner. Playing table PawBall is nice, but that's just standing in one place flailing your paws. I see you're energetic as always. We can go. Why not? Spending time outside here is only a pleasure. Comparing that to the crowded city? Oh, I definitely get what you mean. You know, sometimes I miss my old town. Sometimes I miss it too, but then I remember what living there looked like. I mean, there was just nothing to do for most of the year. You might be right. I enjoy living in a big city too. I love the energy it has. Just, you know, sometimes it's good to be back in nature. Why Miko, by the way? I thought that you didn't know each other much. Yeah, but I've seen him in the corridor when we were coming back to our room, and he looked kind of sad. He was alone, so I thought that going out with us could cheer him up. Suddenly there's a knock on the door, and Miko's head peeks in through the gap. Hi, can I come in? Ah, speak of the devil. I invited you, didn't I? Come in, sit down, hop on a bed, do whatever you like. Thanks. He enters the room and looks at the three of us, visibly confused. Were you talking about me? Oh, no, Carvine just mentioned you. Oh, okay. So, what's the plan? What would you say for a little walk? Why not? I'm down for whatever you're up to. Behind me, Jorgen puts down his phone and hops onto the wooden floor. Okay, I'm ready now. Oh, Carvine, do you have any warmer clothes? Not really. Everything I've had with me is still in my room. Yeah. It's like just slams into the fucking wall. He looks up at the wardrobe and ponders for a while before reaching into it and taking out a warm-looking blue flannel shirt. It's not much, but it's better than a sweater alone. Thanks, Lake. I put on the shirt. It is indeed very warm, and what's even nicer, it smells faintly of Lake. It feels like a nice warm hug from him. Let's go then, while the sun is still out. Jorgen, already in a jacket, walks up to the window and looks out. We don't have much time. Come on then, chop chop! We leave the room together. Lake leads the way, walking with a lively step, while Jorgen leaves us as the last one and locks the door before catching up to us. Ah, a bunch of cuties out in the snow. Oh yeah, this is the great snowball fight. The sky is painted with a myriad of reds and yellows. And it must be close to sunset already, but the sun is hidden behind the clouds. It's really chilly outside at this hour already, but the views make it worthwhile. I love winter so much. It's definitely my favorite time of the year. Sweater season. It's nice, but I wouldn't want it to last all year for sure. I wouldn't mind, frankly. I'd rather have to put on a coat than overheat constantly. Plus, I love snow so much. Saying that, he flops backwards into the snow. What are your favorite seasons, then? For me, it's autumn. What about you, Carvine? Autumn. Yep. I like autumn the most, too. It's the time of sweaters and drinking hot cocoa, looking through the window at all the falling leaves. You, Miko? Miko thinks for a while before replying, staring into the open sky. I think my favorite season is always the current one. There's something really special about each one, and I always find myself enjoying the season I'm in the most. I love snow, too, and I love the peacefulness winter brings. Everything seems still, and everything around is covered with white fluff. Before he can continue speaking, he gets hit with a snowball from behind. The look of surprise on his face is priceless. His tail completely straightens up behind him, too. Oh, you! He leans down to the ground and quickly makes a snowball of his own, immediately throwing it at Lake, who's running away from him. Jorgen looks at the three of us, and with a startled look on his face, before hiding behind me. I don't mean to stand still, though. It's been years since I've been in a snowball fight. I crouch on the ground and start making a snowball, but before I'm done, I get hit by one thrown by Lake. Damn, he has a good aim. The fresh snow is soft and just perfect for making snowballs. I finish mine quickly, patting it well to make it harder, and throw it at Lake. He ducks under it, throwing himself into the snow again. Damn, what an agile beast! Miko has hidden himself behind the tree, but from here I can see him clearly. I assemble another snowball in seconds, hoping that I won't get hit with another by Lake. Taking a few steps forward, I launch the snowball at unsuspecting Miko and hit him straight in the chest. He turns towards me surprised, and I wave to him, before a certain lion pounces on me, throwing me onto my back into the snow. Hello there! Before I can react, he kneels on me, grabs a paw full of snow and starts rubbing it onto my snout. Lake! Oh my god, it's cold! You don't say! I grab a paw full of snow too and throw it at him. He starts laughing and gets off me, falling onto his back onto the ground next to me. Phew! His chest rises and falls rhythmically as he pants, winded. The breaths escaping his muzzle turn into small clouds in the cold air before floating up and dissipating. That was fun. Certainly. Although, I can't feel my snout now. Mm-hmm. We lie on the snow in silence for a bit, before Lake speaks up again. You know, spending time with you is fun. I'm really happy we have the chance to do that here. Back in the dormitory, I often felt like you were avoiding me for some reason. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I had no idea you felt that way. I never avoided you. I struggled with keeping up with my studies and progressing with photography, so I rarely had the time to meet. One second, guys. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. Oh, delicious water. Maybe I should rethink my priorities. Yeah, it'd be good for you if you just relaxed and did something fun from time to time. Like now, for example. Yeah, I like that a lot. Hey, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going back to the guest house. It's quite cold already. See you two later. Hey, wait, we're coming too. I get up and grab Lake's paw, lifting him from the ground. Where's Jorgen? Over there, waiting for us at the door. Shaking the snow away from our fur, we return to the guest house together. God, it's just the cutest bunch of boys. Locker room, okay. After the walk, the four of us split and each went our own ways. Lake took the flannel shirt back and went with Jorgen back to their room, and Miko returned to his own room as well. I spent some time in the lobby watching TV, but it quickly got boring, so I'm walking around the guest house looking for anyone. Looks like there's no one here. I decided to check out the locker room to see if anyone was in the swimming pool or the sauna, but it doesn't look like it. Where is everyone? Check the common space. For a moment, I think about going to the sauna alone just to relax, but frankly, I'm already plenty relaxed. Just bored. There's a faint melody coming from somewhere. I stop for a moment and listen. It sounds like a piano, only muffled. Oh yeah, now I remember there was a piano in the common space. I continue walking towards that room. The closer I am to it, the louder the music gets. Walking into the common space, I see it's Miko sitting behind the piano. He notices me entering the room and stops playing, turning towards me. Carvine! Did you know they have a piano here? Yeah, I've been here a few times already. I didn't pay much attention to it, not being able to play piano myself. It's even in tune! I was afraid that it's only here for decoration, but it looks like someone is taking good care of it. He touches the keyboard with such affection that for a moment I can't help but feel jealous. Mm-hmm. Are you still playing piano sometimes? You were always quite good at it. Not really. I haven't seen one in a long time. I remember the one we had at our school? Oh yeah, this one looks better for sure. There wasn't anything wrong with that one. It was just old. Still, it was so much fun. I sit down on the sofa, feeling somewhat awkward standing in the middle of the room. I was always awful at piano, so I don't really share the sentiment. Oh, but I remember staying with you after classes and listening to you play. Why did you stop playing? Rune and Bjorn suddenly emerged from the corridor, walking alongside each other. Bjorn holds some book in his paw, but from where I sit, I can't read the title. Miko and Carvine. Hello. Hi, Rune. Hey, Bjorn. Had no idea you could play piano, Miko. Knowing your way around the keyboard helps a lot with composing. I actually started with the piano and switched to electronic instruments later. We heard someone playing the piano in here and came to listen. I hope you don't mind an audience. I don't, although don't expect too much from me. I haven't played a real acoustic thing in a long time. Rune walks into the room and sits down in an armchair. Bjorn, however, walks up to me and points at the spot next to me on the sofa. You don't mind if I sit here? No, don't worry. He sits down heavily next to me and leans forward with elbows on his knees, resting his chin on his paws. The wooden construction of the sofa creaks under our combined weight. So would you like me to play something? Sure! Maybe this one. Miko turns towards the piano and lifts both his canine paws, wiggling his fingers for a moment before putting them down on the keyboard. Everyone goes silent in an instant, leaving only the crackling from the fireplace resounding in the room. Beautiful music. Oh, God, what was the name of that movie? Oh, yeah, play The Cloud Atlas. The Cloud Atlas Sextet. I love that movie. Well, that's one of my favorite movies. Miko begins playing the piece, soft piano notes reverberating around the room. He strokes the keys gently but with confidence. The three of us sit in silence, not wanting to distract him, but also enchanted by the music. I don't think he would notice anything anyway, completely engrossed in playing. There's a genuine smile on his muzzle, and he closes his eyes from time to time, his tail swaying from side to side with the rhythm of the piece. It's like he's playing with his whole body, not just his paws. The music is delicate and calm, like a meadow brushed by a gentle autumn breeze. It makes me feel like I'm floating above the ground or being carried away by a gentle stream. It's touching something deep within me that I haven't felt for a long time. His paws move elegantly in wide sweeps across the keys. It takes some time, it takes some effort, and he has to slow down in some parts, but from the look on his snout, it's clear that he's having a lot of fun. He looks really happy when he plays. Yeah, I remember that from the times we were in middle school together. He always looked genuinely happy when he was playing an instrument. Right now, in his smile, I can see the boy he was back then, getting lost in music and forgetting about the world around him. Suddenly I hear steps from somewhere behind me. Turning around, I see Torulf entering the room, holding a banana in his paw. He raises his other paw to greet us, but doesn't say anything. Instead, he walks up to his free armchair and sits down quietly, listening to Miko playing. His steps feel deliberate and balanced. I hadn't noticed it before, but he walks in a really elegant way. Meanwhile, Miko finishes playing the piece. That was really nice, Miko. Miko turns towards him, surprised. Hi, did we meet before? I believe not. Lake mentioned you in a conversation, though. I know you're Carvine's friend. My name is Torulf. It's a pleasure to meet you. A pleasure for me as well. That was something, Miko, really. Aw, thanks. Even if you're saying that only out of courtesy, I can't help but envy him. I myself struggled with playing anything on piano, and there wasn't any fun in it for me. When I was listening to him play, I always felt inadequate. He started a bit earlier than me, and that was enough to discourage me. Miko used to tell me that pushing through the first phase of playing anything is a huge effort, but for me it seemed like I would never get out of that phase. The truth is, I'd never applied myself, while Miko kept practicing and practicing. Now he's better than I ever will be. No, that was really great. Where did you learn to play like that? Well, we had music lessons in school, like everyone in Finland. We were playing mostly stringed and wind instruments, but we had the basics of piano, too. We had to play, when I was going to Catholic school, we had to play the recorder. Oh, man. I remember the classes for those. They were a lot of fun, mostly because we didn't give a fuck about playing the recorder and we just fooled around the entire time. I spent a lot of time playing piano by myself after classes. Oh, does it mean that you can play too, Carvine? Not really. I had music lessons as well, but I was never good at it. Maybe you remember something from them, though. Maybe a few melodies, that's all. Would you like to play too? Oh, I don't know. I haven't played in a long time, and I was never good to begin with. Oh, come on. I'm sure you're better than you think. We won't make fun of you, don't worry. He has worry written all over his face. I don't know if it's a good idea, Rune. And I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a new episode of Dawn Course, Jorgen's Path. Not too much. I don't think I had anything new for a Jorgen today, but hey, we're getting there. We're getting very, very close. I'm very curious how things wind up on Jorgen's route. They're probably going to be pretty similar to Lake, since those two are pretty much almost always in the same area together. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell, and leave a super thanks if you can. It always helps. And until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!